Hello and welcome back for more Hyperlight Drifter. Once again, attempting new game class Deathless. I'm sure you know how that goes by now. Starting with attempt 92-0. Getting very close to triple digits. Welcome, Ty and Cider Man. Good luck, thank you. I honestly didn't really practice at all last week. I finished my run from last attempt yesterday and did a couple boss rushes today. Which I did do a boss rush in 6 minutes and 33 seconds and only took 1 damage twice from the crystal boss, which I think is my best boss rush so far. Which is a good sign. Not exactly where I want to be. But I'm getting there. I'm honestly a bit surprised I haven't been more tempted to play Silk Song, which kinda feels weird to say. It's obviously a game I've been looking forward to playing for several years. But I guess if I didn't have that kind of patience, I never would have made it this long without it in the first place. Also, when I was getting ready to start stream today, I was having some trouble with my audio settings, so that was taking a while. I don't think I even got them set up correctly in the end. And then when ads were playing, I realized that my water filter was completely empty, so I had to refill that. But I had dishes in the sink, so I had to empty one side of my sink to refill that, so I was a little bit, a little bit late to actually start. Now, of course, having water is very important when you're streaming. HOD about to go into the graveyard of streaming. Good back burner? I'm not really sure what you mean by that. What kind of issues? Mainly making sure my audio and video are synced up, because I'm not really sure why exactly this happens, but they keep going out of sync. So I need to resync them almost every single stream. Which is kind of a pain. They got away with that. That's frustrating. I mean, it's definitely annoying. I've kind of gotten used to it. What's annoying is when they get desynced again mid-stream. So then my audio is off, because it's not really something I can cleanly fix during stream. Glorian, it has been very smooth sailing so far, I think. Last time I was mainly having issues with those big plant monsters. So I think I'm going to need to be more careful of those. Make sure they don't kill me again today. Can you actually aim at me, please? There we are. You enter aboard the... Ow. How did I manage that? You've been so bored for the past... Okay. I should not be having this much trouble. There we are. I'm not really sure what to tell you. If you're bored, then I would suggest doing something interesting. You know, do your hobbies or whatever. If that doesn't work, then you're probably just depressed. And you can probably tell I'm not the best at giving that kind of advice. Ow. You know, I thought things were going smoothly, but then I struggled so much to deflect those projectiles, and I don't know why. It's not a problem I normally have, and now I'm out of health packs. It's one back at least. I should be able to refill them before the boss. There are plenty in that library leading up to it. On ammo again. How's my week been? I've been very tired. And it seems like I'm tired a lot of the time anyway. But I have been struggling a lot this week. Just with having energy to do things. That's probably just because of how I've been eating. But again, pretty much as soon as the weekend hit, my sleep schedule got thrown off. I have work again tomorrow, so I'm gonna have to make sure I get up at a decent hour tomorrow. Welcome, Kazu, and thank you for the rain. Let me give you a shout out real quick. For those who don't know me, I am Juniper Lee, a children YouTuber. I'm currently trying to beat Hyperlight Drifter New Game Plus Deathless. Currently on attempt 92. I'm also trying to concentrate right now, so forgive me if I can't pay too much attention to chat. You kind of came in just as I was starting a boss fight. For real. Yeah, that's first boss down. Yeah, welcome in Kazu, welcome in Tree. I do believe I sufficiently locked in there. Anyway, how was your stream, Kazu? What were you up to? Oh, thank you for the follow tweet. Sporkle. Hey, I saw you were playing Keek earlier. I used to stretch redeem. I'm not sure whether you actually saw that. You did trying to help someone? Yeah, that seems to happen a lot from the Keek streams I've seen. I'm glad you had fun, even if it was hard. Now, let's be honest, if it wasn't hard, then it wouldn't be all that much fun. At least that's the way I see it. Anyway, if you're not familiar with this game... Gosh, I'm starting to have trouble talking because of my throat. How am I going? That's the right way. On New Game Plus, you only have 2 HP, so a lot of attacks will just one-shot you. And as far as the game's structure goes, I'm basically trying to get the 4 modules in the pillar from each of the 4 cardinal directions to unlock the final boss. Thank you for the bless, Kazu. I just finished up in the north, so I'm starting the east. Once I finish the east and the west, I will unlock the south. Since you always have to do the south blast. I basically have to be route memorized to identify which coin I was missing from last stream. I did not go back to check. I do know that I stopped missing it, at least, which is the important thing. But I'm still not sure why I was missing one before. I have this to your Steam wishlist. It looks like it is one of my favorite games. It is very difficult though. pillars are each guarded by a boss fight. The south also has additional bosses aside from the one in front of the pillar, and is generally the hardest, which is why the game makes you do it last. Speeding through it, so don't really expect a story focus from my stream. This would be taking way longer if I took the time for that, but just know that it is very atmospheric and has a big focus on visual storytelling. And it's a lot of hidden and secret areas, as you can probably tell. Many of which I'm just accessing without really thinking about it. Many of which I am completely ignoring, and many of which I haven't even found myself. Welcome, Martyr. Thank you for the raid. Okay, I finished that area. What were you doing today? Flay Night? Oh yeah, I saw your, stream title. So it's something like Silk Song at Home? I think it was a pretty funny title. It was amusing, though I don't really know much about Flay Night. That's probably why it's considered the budget version. As you can... I guess I should probably repeat myself. For those who don't know, I am Juniper Lee, a challenge run VTuber, currently trying to beat New Game Plus Deathless. On Paper Light Drifter. It's Dark Souls plus RuneScape plus Hollow Knight. I'm trying to figure out how RuneScape fits in there. As you can probably imagine, a lot of these areas I need to really focus to avoid dying. Was one of them. RuneScape style is kind of vague. I like graphical style. I'm kind of having trouble picturing that. Very blocky PS1 looks. Ow. That is not great that I am alive. There we are. Kind of need to play the section patiently and make sure I don't run out of stamina. There's a stamina bar, which isn't immediately obvious, but you can see it up in the corner. I go through it very quickly when I'm trying to deflect projectiles. I have absolutely died from running out without noticing. Wait, do I need in? No, I'm full. I honestly don't remember much about RuneScape. I think I played a little bit of it as a kid, but never got into it. Trick while you had no idea there's even stamina in this game when you watched me play. When I first played, I had no idea it had stamina either. You don't even really use it until you start unlocking the skills. Of course, in New Game Plus, you start with the skills, so you kind of use it immediately. Yeah, things like chain dashing and projectile deflection, charge attacks, I'll use it. I think the next really dangerous spot is going to be the arena fight in this next area. Not the first time I visited, but the second time. Not here indoors, but outdoors. Getting low on stamina. There we are. Anyway, how was Fly Night? You said it did you in? Does that mean you were having trouble with it? This is the area I was talking about. There's one arena fight here. Which is a relatively easy one. But then I need to come around. Try to get them both in one shot, but that definitely did not work. Remembering exactly where the enemies spawn is very helpful. Frog did not get stuck. Can I just keep him alive? Even when he's not stuck? Looks like there aren't any more plants coming. There's a glitch. Please don't let me die. There we are. No, it's a straight shot to the easiest boss in the game. There, but didn't get punished. I have no business making any mistakes against this guy. And now I just need the pillar here and the module that comes after. And I'll be done with the east. Every time I fight him, a dark part of your soul wonders what my reaction to losing against that frog would look like. Let's just say I'm tempted to commit to the bit. Just say I'm graduating and stream right then and there. And disappear until next stream. But I feel like that would be cruel. Fun fact about this game for those who aren't familiar. It was actually inspired by its creator's experience with heart disease. Which is where the name Heart Machine comes from. Grenade charge. I was kind of blanking on what I was supposed to buy, and I'm not sure why. I already have both the guns upgraded that I actually use. Make sure you pick this up. Means you heard that on AGD2 or SGDQ one year. I'm not sure what those are, actually. Don't wanna forget coming down here for the gear bit. Come down here for the module. The boss guarding the pillar here in the west is definitely one of the hardest bosses in the game. In my boss rush earlier today, he was the only one that actually dealt damage to me. Speedrunning event in the world. I don't really follow speedrunning events, honestly. I am not in a good spot right now. There we are. Those wolves can be very dangerous. I don't like them. Over 60,000 live viewers when it happens. And over $2 million donated to cancer research. That's cool. Wait, imagine... I guess I'm not sure how the actual speedrunning would work in an event like that. Speedrunning in general is a lot of... doing the same thing again and again. Kind of like I'm doing with this challenge. I'm kind of surprised I did that arena fight so smoothly there. It's normally more chaotic. I would guess with a big event like that, they have different speedrunners showcasing different games. Oh gosh. That was awkward. The wall spawned on top of me as I was trying to fight that guy. I think something kind of similar happened last time I was here. I don't think that was on stream though. Yeah, that would have been yesterday. There's a lot of prep work and downtime between games. Schedule of when games start. Yeah, yes, that makes sense. If they have scheduled start times for events and they're not necessarily sure how long they're going to last, there's probably bound to be downtime. Or at least 24 hours for the entire week. It's kind of absurd. I guess conventions do, or multi-day conventions do oftentimes have stuff going on 24/7. I hate this room so much. It's dark in there, wolves everywhere. Okay. That went smoothly. Once around July and one in January or February. It might be worth checking out. Yes, to turn it on and leave it running while you slept. You stopped watching altogether. Yeah, if I had something like that running while I slept, I would not be able to sleep. My guy just jumped off the edge. Alright. Last time, I think it was yesterday off stream, I tried baiting enemies out of this arena before entering, and it ended up making things significantly easier. Not sure whether I can actually manage that consistently, though. Oh, here they come. If I can just lure them out little by little, then they should end up being pretty easy. That's probably good. Took 8 damage there, but not a big deal. Going back to the original reason why it's been brought up, you think the creators of the game showed it when Yearn talked about it? I could probably try looking that up. There are definitely people who speedrun this game, so I'm sure it's plausible that it got showcased. I don't have to worry too much about ammo here because these crystals infinitely respawn. event is fairly well documented, but stay away from the cringe compilations. You feel bad for the people that get made fun of. Yeah, that's understandable. And imagine with that kind of thing, there are plenty of people who are going to jump on anything that's seen as cringy and just be merciless about it. I'm getting close to that bridge, aren't I? Be left alive, huh? Oh, I'm going the wrong way. I was wondering why those little crystal knights were spawning. I don't think I have to fight a single one of those at any point. Here's the bridge. Alright. And they killed me again in the exact same spot. Oh well. I hate this bridge so much. I believe that's my third attempt that died there. On to attempt 93, I guess. Run killer bridge. And the thing is, I've only ever had one run that made it past without dying, which means I have a 75% death rate on that bridge. It really is the biggest run killer in this game, at least so far. Oh well, I'll get there again. I don't think there's a single section of this game that has a higher kill rate than that bridge. Oops. I better make a separate save just to practice that section. Well, the thing is, it's just a matter of chain dashing. As long as I get the chain dash timing right, I'm fine. I think there's a way to space yourself so that you don't dash onto the crystals like that. Which I kind of tried to do there, but it didn't work. Chaotic Fight and Cult Bird Boss are numbers 1 and 2, probably. I don't think so. I'm talking in terms of percentages. How often they kill me compared to how many times I can clear them without dying. And by that metric, I think that Crystal Bridge is far and away the biggest run killer. Aside from, obviously, where I died on my personal best, because that has killed me once and I have never cleared it without dying, at least on stream. And the only reason I died there was because I ran out of stamina and didn't realize it. The Cultist Arena, the one with the glitch? I almost never die there. That definitely wouldn't be up there. I haven't died there in such a long time, actually. Well, looks like ads are starting in 3 minutes. Also, I think... Ow. A successful run only takes like 75 minutes total. Ammo, which is nice. Yeah, this is so much less chaotic if I just go hyper aggressive at the start. It's gonna get to the point where I can just immediately take those out as they start spawning. Just because I am learning the timings more and more. Timings and spacing. The thing is, once I get past that bridge and the crystal boss, my odds of the run being successful probably skyrocket. And yeah, ads are starting here, so I'm going to take my break now and be back in just a few minutes. Alright, I'm back. Water is refilled. My throat hasn't really been bothering me since it was before. Which is a good sign. Here's a part where I was struggling to deflect the projectiles for whatever reason. Again, I was a little sloppy, but oh well. You need to drive your mom to the airport tomorrow. Wake up at 4:30 and then drive for 15 minutes and do the same thing coming back. That sounds like a pain. Hopefully you can at least get some rest afterward. I take it you don't wanna stay up too late then? Pistol is upgrading. Onward to the bird boss. I'll see how you feel. Alright. I think I'm at the point now where pretty much any attempt has the potential to go all the way. Or at least any attempt where I make it past the crystal bridge. Come on. There we are. There is one section, I guess I should say a certain module, the last one in the run actually, where in order to get to it I basically just need to pull off kind of a tricky chain dash. Though the punishment for failing it is only taking a single damage. So as long as I don't attempt it at 1 health for who knows what reason, it should never end the run. Ow. I should not be taking this much damage here. But I think I can do it pretty consistently at this point. If fire puzzles in this game are miserable, I have to agree with that. There's platforms that you have to dash across that burn you if you stay on them for too long. I'm not really sure how to reliably get through those without taking damage. The answer is probably just being really good at chain dashing. They're probably just impossible without chain dashing. I don't even do them in my playthroughs. Well, yeah, I don't really need to do them. Okay, almost messed that up. As a little slow. Dashed early there for whatever reason. Teleported? He is almost dead. There we are. Chain dashing is probably insanely easy if you use the mouse cursor to direct the dashes. It's generally easier, yes. There are pros and cons to setting your dash direction to your cursor location as opposed to your directional location. Or, movement direction, I should say. I personally prefer having it bound to my movement direction, just for more fluid combat. But speedrunners have it set to dash towards their cursor. And I get why. Especially since speedrunners will typically just dash past the vast majority of the game. And in order to pull that off... Oops. And in order to pull that off, you kind of need that kind of precise chain dashing. And obviously, if you're not fighting as much, then you're not going to need a combat precision as much. Have I ever taken damage from one of those spider things on stream? I'm not sure that I have. Is this one section or one spot in the south where you get completely swarmed by them, and yes, it is on this route. They haven't gotten to that point on stream yet. That was pretty clean. You thought it was an animal and it was slapping you around? I'm not entirely sure what you mean by that. Now I'm full on ammo. Taking up as 3 frogs in just one shot is totally unnecessary, but definitely satisfying. A black spider thing? Hey, you were talking about the black spider thing. Oh, do you mean you thought it was like a friendly animal? Totally unnecessary checkpoint. I know that I think about it, the one in the west is totally unnecessary too. You just didn't know it was hostile? I see it. Yeah, they're definitely hostile. They're at least outside of the central town, there is very little in the way of friendly creatures. I kinda messed that up. It's fine. Just went too far north and had to take out the brittle plant instead of going south for the big one that spawns. But yeah, I'm pretty sure aside from the ones that actually have dialogue, if you can even call it that, it's just the robot thing in the south near the checkpoint. Aside from that robot, I'm pretty sure the only non-hostile creatures are the ones that talk to you and the ones in the town. I guess Anubis. Or, not Anubis. People call it Anubis. The jackal thing. The dog. That doesn't really talk to you. But that's also a recurring character that was introduced in the opening cutscene. Little robot guy in the south is definitely an oddity. Ow. What even did damage to me there? Okay, what was that plant doing? For some reason I keep wanting to say snake plant. That's an enemy in Slay the Spire. Ow. Dashed a little too early there. Let's try not to take too much damage in this section. Last time I took a bunch of damage here, it did not end well for me. And I survived a while longer, but I was limping. Figuratively speaking. I have found myself literally limping more often lately. It might be a good idea to get my ankles checked out at the doctor. Why? Because my ankles are sore all the time, really. And sometimes it gets to the point where I can barely walk. Going back for his plants was probably unnecessary. I don't know why I never thought to dash that gap before. It's kind of obvious. That happens to you, you don't have a solution? Are you on your feet constantly? I'm pretty sure that's why my ankles are so sore all the time. I'm on my feet constantly for work, on my feet constantly for transportation. When you were at your job? I see. I take it was also a job that had you on your feet all the time? Ow. You could pick this up. Now that I think about it, maybe that was a mistake. Used a bit more ammo there than I would have liked. I guess it wasn't a mistake because I still had room for that. Just because I took damage later. Okay, frog is trapped. I can focus on the plants. Because aside from these plants, the other enemies don't spawn until I take out this frog. And it's much easier to deal with the other enemies when the plants aren't also coming at me. Probably don't need this ammo. Alright. Once again, Frog Boss taken down without issue. All the time, no chairs until break. Start at 8, end at 4:30, 1 hour lunch break. Yeah, that would absolutely get to your ankles. And it's only my second attempt this stream, and I haven't died in the north or east yet. I guess I should say an hour and a half in, and I haven't died in the north or east yet. I don't know, which should I say? Remember when I was saying I was doing 10 through 7 attempts on average? Yeah. that number is definitely been cut down. I think I only did like 4 last stream. Last Paper Late Drifter stream. I even died before the first boss in weeks. It improved a lot since then. I should be proud. Thank you. Just can't be satisfied until I actually beat this challenge. And then it's on to the next challenge, you know how that goes. Don't want to forget to come down here. I don't know why I keep almost forgetting to go get the southern detours in the west. They're probably just not as ingrained in my muscle memory since I haven't made it to the west nearly as often as the north and east. And I think the first time I streamed this, I never even made it to the first boss. Got me. I don't like the wolves. Oh well. On to attempt 94. Yeah, maybe it's a good idea to just start a new save. Clear the west. Reset, start the do the west, reset, do the west, just to get more practice with it. Your cat watched me die. She was remorseless. Yeah, cats tend to be that way. I'm also not sure how a cat would interpret a pixelated character dying. On a screen. Apparently they interpret it callously. Oh yeah, I guess they have kind of an update on my rigging. Oops. Not sure how I managed that. My rigging situation. The Bruce and I applied to reviewed my model and said that they would send me a proposal. So that should happen by tomorrow, which means no more rejections. What am I thinking my cap would be? In terms of price? Well, I think it's gonna be... Well, I said that the proposal was gonna be for $695. Which isn't bad, all things considered. That's a lot better than what I said before. Well, the person I applied to before was gonna cost, like, twice that, so... Or I should say the second person I applied to. I do think it's kind of funny that on this route, I just need exactly one key for exactly one door. And aside from that, I don't really interact with them at all. The glitch did happen there. Didn't bring me straight up to the enemy, but... Yeah, it looks like my rigging will likely be finished by the end of the year, but we shall see. Your toxic trait is watching me do this and believing you do it just as easily. Well, you have the game. You know how you would do. Have you beaten the bird boss yet? Yeah, and you know you do worse than me when you're playing it, but when you're watching it's easy? Yeah. It's like that sometimes, isn't it? I'll take that to mean I make it look easier than it actually is. No, you didn't kill the bird guy yet? You're not even playing on New Game Plus, he doesn't even one-shot you. But yeah, the first time I played this game, I died to him so many times, even with 5 HP. Okay, chill, why am I trying to bruise your Giga like that? I'm just... messing with you. As I said, first time I played this, I died to that boss so many times. I wouldn't put you on blast like that. I might if you push it. Unless I just unlocked my villain era. I tried not to. Trash talk. I do it on occasion, but even when I do, I feel bad about it. That's the thing. I can't trash talk without feeling bad. You always push it, you're not wrong. You love trash talking. I don't know, I think... it just feels too mean. Ow. I ran out of stamina there and couldn't dislike the projectile. Stamina bar strikes again. It's only mean if you're serious, or they think you're being serious. I think at least need to know the person and have a good relationship with them to actually get away with that kind of joke. And as I said, even then it just feels bad. Ow. I should not be taking this much damage here. You need require. Oh, it's in like 42 or 3 minutes. You can already tell someone doesn't like banter or would not take it well. I've had people who I don't really know try to banter like that with me. Or at least claim they were just trying to banter like that with me. But from my perspective, it just felt like someone I don't know giving me a hard time for no reason. So, as I said, you really need to know the person and be on good terms with them for it to work. Already almost died to this guy. Okay, that was way too close for comfort. Phase 3. There we are. G attempt into the day, still have not died in the north. I'm sure people really into this game are wondering why I prefer the railgun so much compared to the shotgun. But yeah, since you're doing other things aside from just trying to beat the bird boss again and again, have you made it to any of the other bosses yet? Past time you played, you believe you got to the 4th triangle on the eastern place? The 4th module I normally get in the east isn't until after the boss. I take it you haven't actually challenged that boss yet. Once you do, I'm sure you'll understand why I said that I may as well graduate if it kills me on stream. If you had to guess, you're almost at the frog boss. There's an insanely hard camp in the surface that you don't sight in my run. I probably just went a different direction. It makes sense if you got a 4th module without fighting the boss. Full army of shuriken guys, some exploders. 1 or 2 of the alchemist guys. Are you talking about the ones with the shotgun grenade things? Are you talking about an area that's on the water with a bunch of boats and stuff? Okay. I know where you're talking about then. It's definitely a difficult area that is obviously not necessary to beat the game. If you go south from there, I'm pretty sure it loops back to the checkpoint. You're pretty sure you completed that entire zone and all you need to do is find where the boss is. Yeah, it's just behind the tree module door. From the checkpoint area south of the collapsing wall. As long as you go through that door and don't get lost in the underground area. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the area you're talking about is up north from here. Not like through here, but more like up this way. Comes down to here. But yeah, this is the door you need to go through right here. Of course, you need to loop around this way first, since it's behind that wall. But I'm sure you've already looped through here. Since otherwise I'm pretty sure you wouldn't have made it to the area you were talking about. Alright, back to these big plant monsters. I don't like the big plant monsters. a little bit of brag coming. Okay, I almost died because I got stuck on the wall. I only died 4 times in that arena I just did. That's actually pretty good for your first time, I have to say. Did I seriously just die because I dashed off the edge? Okay. Well, that was dumb. It is probably a sign. I'm about 2 hours into stream right now. If you exclude Monday, I've already streamed plenty. Honestly, I'm considering just calling it here. Running early, kind of. You also need to get to bed. So yeah, I'll just go ahead and decide who to raid now. I only have one person online who I follow. May as well raid them. I'm not actually sure whether I've raided her before. Maybe once. But yeah, next stream should be Thursday. Planning on more Silk Song. Forgot to mention, if you're watching on YouTube, feel free to switch over to Twitch to join the raid. But as always, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.